This way forever. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
What's going on, guys? Vesikk here, bringing you round 17 of the Formula 1 Career Mode. Finally on time compared to our previous times. We're here for the Japanese Grand Prix. As you can see, we are 38 points behind Lewis Hamilton. In practice, we did do some practice. We were very close to first place. I did practice because I wanted to just get some more tokens for the engine and everything, pretty much for the car upgrades. But now we're on our first flying lap in qualifying. We're going through qualifying pretty quickly to get to the race because the race was quite long in this video. But here we are for our first flying lap. Nothing too special. It was a 139.4, so well off the pace. Coming on our second flying lap now. We set a 138.1, still well off the pace, as Rosberg sets a 136. Final, this is our second last flying lap. This one was interesting. It felt good, it just didn't put ourselves up into the position we want, and that's why I had to go out for a final lap. And it's not exactly what I wanted. I wanted to do one lap for the end, and then that would be it, but I just felt like there was a lot more pace I could have done. Locking up into the second to last corner and coming around. This part here I don't like because the car likes to lose the rear end. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, sorry, that was the last lap. So we're in 8th. I didn't realize that was the last lap, but that was indeed the last flying lap for us. 8th place, wasn't the fastest, a 137.4, well off the pace. But let's get straight into the race and see how it goes. So here we are for the 2016 Formula 1 Career Mode, which is really in 2017, but you understand what I mean. We're here for the Japanese Grand Prix, a circuit that is very interesting in terms of its layout and its design. A few corners are a bit tricky. The first area you gotta get right to go through the corners with a smooth flowing flow. Otherwise it just turns into a mess. But we're going to skip the formation lap and get straight into the race. We've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, lights out, and away we go. And we get off to a decent start. Lewis Hamilton bogs down on the start, as you see Ricciardo overtaking Hamilton. We're about to overtake Bottas, eventually catching up to Hamilton now, right behind Hamilton. Ricciardo and Vettel side by side. Kimi Raikkonen leads the race with Nico Rosberg behind him and Felipe Massa in 3rd. We have yellow flags somewhere behind us, but it's all good. It's back to green flags. Ricciardo and Vettel still wheel to wheel. Look at this. Hamilton wants to get in somewhere. He's been blocked off at all opportunities, and we're just sitting behind Hamilton looking for any sign of a weakness that he throws out to us. But there we go. Vettel takes it ahead of Ricciardo, then Hamilton right behind, and we are just all over Hamilton almost. Going a bit crazy with the lockups in the corners, but otherwise decent start to this race. Looking down the inside, locking up the brakes, down into the corner, a bit on the grass, but Hamilton wasn't leaving much room for us. And there we have it, 6th place with our teammate right in front of us, and Hamilton is looking back on us. He's right on our tail, that's the word. He's right on our tail. As you can see, he's going past us. We make slight contact, not enough to do any damage or any warnings, but now we're going to have a bit of slipstream, unless I'm not going back into the slipstream, and now I'm going into the slipstream almost, but doesn't matter. We're side by side with Hamilton, and down the inside, Hamilton squeezing him out. He makes contact with us, but that's it. And now who was behind? I'm not sure who was behind us, but someone else went for a dive bomb on Hamilton. But that's 6th place. Marcus Ericsson is out of race, and now all of a sudden we have a safety car on the first lap of this Japanese Grand Prix. And we're going to ride on board for a second and show you what happened. So Ericsson hit his teammate, and then all of a sudden the Manor just smashes into him. And we're going to quickly look at it in the TV view, the 3rd person view. And there you have it, Ericsson going out, staying on line, but his teammate just out of nowhere comes back in, and that's what happens when a Manor and a Sauber make contact, and flying debris everywhere. But so yeah, that's the that's the Sauber car out. We have safety car right in front of us, and I was like, okay, it's got green, so why is Vettel taking his time? And then all of a sudden, I just had to lock up on the brakes. Look at that, so close to the safety car, because he just pulls in front of me and then hits the brakes. So that was a pretty close and pretty crazy lockup for us. But the second, on lap 3, going into the pits right behind Sebastian Vettel, locking up to make the line so we don't speed into the pits, but it's only 2 of us going in. We had cars actually go in the lap before, so most of the cars did go in on lap 2 when the safety car was called out, but we actually came in on the lap 4 or on lap 3, but it was just us 2. Very interesting, but it's going to play out very well. And that's my phone going off, so I shall, sorry about that. We're stuck behind Rosberg now, and I'm just going to try and mute my phone as fast as possible. There we go. Rosberg is in front of us. We are looking at green flags right now. Green flags, back to normal racing, and locking up on the brakes. These new tyres, I was not having any fun with them. I was having a lot of issues in terms of traction. It just felt like the car did not want to turn, felt like there was no grip in the tyres, but that came out at a later point in this race. And if you look ahead, there's Rosberg, 3 wide into the corner, and Rosberg gets the lead. It's incredible what he did. He just went down the inside and overtook Nasser and Vettel. So now we're stuck behind the Sauber of Felipe Nasser, and Sebastian Vettel is in front of him, but that's not going to be it. So as you see, we're back to normal racing, and then cars are coming into the pits on lap 5, on the start of lap 6, going down the side of Felipe Nasser. Nico Rosberg and Vettel, look at that, they are going aggressive at each other, and we're just sitting behind watching and waiting. If one of them makes a mistake, we can just capitalize on it. So the end of lap 6 almost, look at this, Rosberg, and they're all going in a straight line. Rosberg is right there, Vettel took the lead again. And there's another car, I believe that is Gutierrez. It's pretty much a 4-way line, or 4-way train for 7th place. Rosberg ahead of, behind Vettel, and Gutierrez ahead of Vettel. And there we go, teammate in the pits. We're up into 8th, looking down the inside of Rosberg. Vettel looks down the inside of Gutierrez. We decide to back out. It wasn't going to be pretty going into that corner too wide. But now we're going around the outside of Rosberg. Rosberg wasn't leaving much room, and we almost had slight contact with Rosberg. And there you have it. I just had to back out because I did not have the racing line. And Rosberg, lap 7, had issues. He just started slowing down randomly. So we have yellow flags. Gutierrez is now slowing down, but speeds up again. And then yellow flags again. I'm not sure what that's about because it is in this section. So I think that's sort of about Rosberg. We do lock up into the corner. Gutierrez is still ahead. Yellow flags once again. So something's happened to Rosberg. I'm not entirely sure. We're on the grass. I'm not sure why. But that is lap 8 with P4 with more cars in the pits. We have Gutierrez behind. Gutierrez ahead, sorry. He's in P3, and we're going around the outside. And this is going to give us the podium position we want. And there we have it. We're up into the podium. We're in P3, and we have Sebastian Vettel ahead. And now we have more cars coming into the pits, and that's Sebastian Vettel in the pits. And Vettel was the one who pitted with us, so something happened to Vettel, or Vettel's on a 2-stop, I'm not entirely sure. But now we're on the very next lap, and Grosjean is in the pits. So that is P1 effectively for us, which is interesting. A lot of the cars are doing 2 stops on this race. We decided to do a 1-stop, and there, lap 12, is Lewis Hamilton. He's caught up to us, he's overtaken us. And my tyres at this stage, I realised why a lot of the cars were doing 2 stops, because my tyres have had it. I tried my best to hold off Hamilton. I didn't want to be too aggressive to get a penalty, because if you go very hard aggressive on the AI, they do make a mistake and they can hit you and take you out. So I wanted to just be mindful of the tyres, and we're on the final lap, and we're going to stay on board for this lap because it's very close how close I got to Hamilton, but my tyres, a little spoiler alert, my tyres were just gone. That we got these tyres on lap 2, the end of lap 2, lap 3. So for 10 laps, I've had these tyres hammering all the corners, overtaking everyone. And so you can understand by the end of the race, they've had it. Hamilton, I believe, pitted later than us. So he's got much fresher tyres, but unfortunately there's nothing much we can do. We should have done a 2-stop. We were given the opportunity when the safety car came out to do a 2-stop. I chose not to do it because last time I chose it, it didn't turn out so well, but that has been the race. And the last time I chose the 1-stop over the 2-stop, I believe we won the race or got a podium. So not much we could have done in that sense. And almost on the end of this lap, we are just starting to fall behind Hamilton, and Bottas is catching us quite quickly. My tyres have had it, so I've had to take this corner way too early compared to when I had soft tyres on, but we lock up into the chicane, into the third to last corner, or second to last corner, third to last, yeah. But that's been the race. We do grab P2, which is what we need to stay up with Lewis because he is in P1 in driver standings. Interesting race. Very interesting in terms of the outcome and what happened. Could have been better. We could have had that win. That was pretty much our race to win. But unfortunately, that has been it. Lewis Hamilton gets the win. We get second, and Valtteri Bottas in third. So as you can see, Lewis Hamilton gets P1, we get P2, Valtteri Bottas P3, and a Toro Rosso in fourth, and I believe that was a Fernando Alonso in sixth, which is crazy. And as you can see, we're 45 points behind with 2 race wins almost behind Lewis. In drivers in constructors we're 38. But if you guys have enjoyed this race, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.